You just recently shot a drinks and kicks. You was more behind the camera on this one. So so what'd you think about it?
So I'll put it to you this way. It was. I mean, I'll put it to you like that. I'm used to kind of being like behind the scenes on it. It was more so just.
Well, yeah, I mean you've been
It's
behind the
tough for
scenes,
me
but
to kind of be behind the camera just because that's probably the area I know I need to get better at, which I continuously say all the time. I need to get better at it. It was cool. It was kind of tough because me and the studio owner, which shout out to Amir over at Nude Studios, me and him had to talk a little bit. So there was a point like I told you, I had no clue what y'all was even
oh yeah,
talking about.
I saw it. Yeah, it was like you were kind of like in and out. You know,
Yeah,
you come in, chill for a
just
minute.
just because it's like me and him had been talking about working together for a while, and it was more so like, hey, what better time to talk about it right now? Plus, also like I didn't feel like I really had to sit there and watch because obviously you've done it so many times, you know exactly what
Yeah.
to do. So yeah, I'd definitely say just with the watch back and editing it, which for the listeners, Drinks and Kicks episode 4, it's almost done. Reason why we kind of took a hiatus with the podcast, I did not feel right trying to do the podcast while I was still editing. I didn't want to rob you guys of that. So it's almost done. All right. So my takeaways from it, you're definitely getting a lot better being on camera. I can definitely see that. Guest wise, I definitely enjoyed this cast. You even said it too. This might be the best one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Now my cons to it, I definitely should have did better with camera placement. That's my first thing. But hey, you make mistakes. That's what happens. You
Yeah.
can't always get it perfect.
Overall,
Overall,
you
though,
learn.
I'm satisfied with the product, so I'm excited for everyone to see it. Any takeaways?
I mean, I had fun doing it. It was cool. I mean, this is my first time meeting Bass. Like I'd heard about him, but I'd never met him
Oh yeah,
before.
he's a
So
cool dude.
yeah,
Man.
he's a funny guy.
Oh
I
yeah.
like him. He's cool.
And then it was good to have Chris on finally.
Oh man,
We've been
finally.
trying to get him
Finally.
on time.
Because I talked to Chris a lot, like on the like on a regular, just having a conversation type shit. So I mean, it was cool to have him on. Because I mean, because he's a little older than me, so it's like he remembers a lot of the stuff that I remember growing up. So it's like we had pretty good conversations about some of the the '90s era and all of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. Overall, just a solid dude, man.
Yeah, Chris is cool.
Good to have Cam back as well. That's my guy right there. And then good to have Wilson too, because it's like a lot of people had, and I even told him like a lot of people had been asking me what he was gonna do since he parted ways with Rerun.
Yeah,
And
I was curious myself.
it's like I hated that because it's like, well, I'd much rather you hear from the horse's mouth because it's like I knew there wasn't any bad blood or anything, but it's just I wanted him to be the one to say that
Right.
because obviously nobody's gonna take it from me. Like they much rather hear it from him. So
Sure.
it's good he got to kind of say all that and talk about his new shop.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely good episode.
Yeah, it was good conversation.
Oh yeah.
It's always cool talking to Cam. So
Oh yeah.
because I hadn't seen him in a minute, so
Oh yeah.
it's good catching up with him.
Man, other than that, how's everything been with you, man?
Uh, Can't complain. Other than this damn heat wave, boy.
Oh
Good God,
man. It's so funny
killing me
too
right
because
now.
like I be talking with people, like mainly my family back in Colorado, and they be asking me how it is. Like, bro, you don't know high until you dealt with it. Because it's like, yes, some states get humidity and all that. I get that. But there's some about like 118 that it's like, bro, you just can't prepare for it.
Nah.
And keep in mind, I work outside too, so I'm like, bro.
I've been messing with Shorty's alarm.
Yep.
Bro.
I know you've been dying.
Bro, it's been like the last 3 days, and it's just like outside.
Man,
and
it's
I'm
probably
like,
been out.
"Ah." Honestly, to be honest, once once you get that full sweat and your shirt is soaked, then it's fine because anytime some air blows
Oh
by
yeah,
you,
you
it's
get
cool,
that. Yeah.
you know. So other than
But
that,
you over here waiting for it. That's the problem.
hell nah, you ain't waiting for it. It happens in the first 5 minutes. It's like you outside for like 5-10 minutes tops, and you're already.
Well, no,
drenched.
I'm talking waiting for that breeze to come
Oh
in.
nah, for some reason it's been breezy, but it's like the breeze doesn't count.
Yeah.
Because when it's 118 degrees,
it just doesn't matter.
The air feels like blow dryer air in your
Yeah.
face. I mean, it's just hot. Like the breeze is hot, the sun is hot, everything is hot, and it's just like, oh my god, like it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. I was like, man, I am trying to hurry up and get this done as soon as I can. And she was just like, yesterday, she was like, will you wait until the hottest part of the day? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm out there from like 10 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. It's already 100 degrees outside at 9 a.m. So, I mean, there really isn't a cool part of the day at this time of year. I mean, it's pretty much 100 degrees from when the day starts until the day ends.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it'd be funny too. Like, I'll be hearing people complain, and it's like, honestly, I just try not to complain about it anymore, because it's like,
I just don't go outside unless I have to.
yeah, that too.
I'm like, fuck that.
Too.
I'm like, if I ain't gotta go nowhere, if I stay my ass in the house.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it ain't no need. If I'm not going anywhere where I'm gonna be indoors, then I just don't go. People talk about some, hey man, we gonna grill, man, chill outside, kick it. Nah, not me. Like y'all niggas can go grill and hang out outside in the backyard.
Absolutely
I'm not. Nah, I'm staying in the house.
Yeah.
Like it's too hot for all of that.
Hey, look, man, it is what it is at the end of the day. That's what I'll say.
I mean, it's that I've been living here for a few years now. It's like you kind of already expect it. Like
Exactly.
you know when that time of year comes, and you know how to kind of schedule your time around it. So if you're gonna be doing anything, don't do anything outside from like shit. I would say probably like early July until early September, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like July and August, that's murder weather outside. It's like it ain't even no point in going outside if you ain't got to. Like schedule all of your shit indoors, July and August. I mean June wasn't too terrible this year, surprisingly. Usually like mid-June it already starts to be, Satan's ass crack outside. But it didn't start to transition into that type of weather until we got like further on, like right around the beginning of July is when it really started to hit. Because it's been about a week now, maybe, where it's been like 110 and above every day. But usually that starts in the middle of June. So I mean, we got a couple of weeks of leeway this year. I'm just hoping that it ends sooner. Because I know a lot of the people I know been bitching and crying about the rain. They're like, well, it's monsoon season. Why isn't it raining yet? I'm just like, shit, I don't give a fuck about the rain. I hate the rain. So I'm like, that ain't doing me no good. It's like all it do is make it humid outside and make my damn cars dirty. So then I gotta go out in the heat and wash the motherfuckers. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, you can keep the rain. I'm good off that.
Yeah, I feel you there.
But I mean, growing up on the East Coast, man, we got rain regularly. And I hated the rain then. I was never a fan of the rain. So coming here into a place where it doesn't rain that often, I was like, hell yeah. I'm like, I ain't got to worry about no rain. We good. But, I mean, we get it every once in a while. So, I mean, I'm fine with every once in a while. But I'm like, that springtime weather on the East Coast where you get rain like once, twice, sometimes 3 times in a week, I'm like, oh, nah. I'm good off that.
Don't even remind me, bro. At this point, I'm just like, look, I'm just trying to survive like everybody else. Oh, so I do want to ask you this question: is sneaker reselling done?
No,
Now, let me
it's
further
it's
that
still
point.
happening.
Let me further that point. Do you think it's done for a certain group of resellers?
Sure, I think it's done for those people to try to like maximize the hype. It's like they go out and they buy tons of pairs of what they think is going to be hot,
Yeah,
and then they end up not being able to sell it because nobody wants it. Those people, it's done for them.
yeah,
Because every time they think it's gonna be a hype release, they go and buy a whole shit ton of them. But then when they try to resell them, nobody wants it.
yeah. So I asked this question because just scrolling on TikTok, I've been seeing a lot more videos pop up of like these resellers at like SneakerCon and all of that, and like they got like those
It was,
washed
yo,
blacks. We'll use those for example.
did you see the guys with those? They bought all of those UNC2
Yep,
lows,
there shoes
and
like that
yeah,
too.
and then
So
no one wants it.
I'll use the wash blacks one video that I saw. Those like faded.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What
Okay, just making sure.
them joints was sick.
Dude was asking him like, man, like what's going on with these? It's like I got about like 100+ pairs, selling them all for retail.
Yeah,
And you got people laughing at him like, oh yeah, death of the resale. Da 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 da. I'm like, hang on. I think
the death
guys,
of those resellers.
yeah,
Absolutely,
exactly. Like guys that depend on like things like SneakerCon and all those to like move their stuff. I think those are the ones that are going to start going down.
Well, it's not even so much as just at SneakerCon. It's just anywhere.
Exactly, but I will say if you have, because I had a good talk with Ivan about it when I went to go pick up shoes I'm wearing now, the Fly Street Dunks. We were talking about it, and I told him like, if most of these shops, I think will be okay because a lot of them have created a culture for themselves to where they continuously keep building a clientele. I think they'll be okay.
Well, the sneaker shops are different because
Exactly.
they only have like a handful of
And plus also,
any shoe on their
yeah,
wall.
and also they have like their own merch that they sell.
Sure.
So I think they'll be okay. But like for your just like regular reseller on the street, like
I mean, even the resellers on the street, if they buy, say 5 to 10 pairs or something, that'll be fine.
Yeah,
they can move that. But
I think they're just gonna have to like move a lot smarter if they really want to survive.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, they're
Like you can say that about anybody.
sure.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be, these guys out here just buying 50 to 100 pairs of any given shoe.
Yeah,
like those
like
guys,
that.
like they're
Like
not.
those days are kind of like done. They might come back for all we know, but right now it's not the best time.
It will always be that way for certain shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're trying to capitalize off of the one hype and the two hype over the last couple of years, and the ones just don't have that same force behind them anymore because they overproduce, and two, they bring out a lot of trash colorways. So people have kind of turned the cold shoulder on the ones. If it's not like an OG colorway, then most people they don't really care about it. And I know for me, back in the early 2010s when the sneaker boom like really started going nuts, it was like that was all everyone cared about. If it wasn't an OG colorway, then people weren't getting crazy money. But you remember when the black and red ones, the OGs, they came out like 3 years in a row, like back to back to back, and they sold out every single time because it's an OG.
Yeah.
But all of the rest of the ones they were dropping around that time, they weren't selling like that. People, I mean, some would move here and there, but they weren't selling out. Unless it was an OG colorway, it wasn't selling out. But you look nowadays, in the last, 5 years or so, OG colorways sit. Like when the 13s dropped a few years back, they had the black and white, the He Got Game joints, the black and reds, the playoffs dropped recently, and the Flints in 2020. The Flints were the only ones that sold out because you could only get them online, because of COVID. But all of the rest of the pairs, they all sat on shelves everywhere, and it was just like, man,
Well,
no
even
one cares about
like
this anymore.
those UNC black toes.
What?
Here, let me.
Oh, the UNC toes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are actually clean.
Oh yeah.
If they would have came out about 3 or 4 years
Exactly.
ago, they would have went.
But it's funny though, because my boy Curtis, Kmart, the one that joined the live recently.
Oh yeah.
Me and him were talking at the gym, and he was asking me was I gonna get them, and I'm like, I personally don't see a point because I already have hyper Oreos. Those are kind of close to those to me.
Nah. We talking about Royal, and we talking about Carolina Blue.
You look at those colors though; they're almost like maybe like a shade different.
Royal Blue and Carolina Blue.
They're not really royal though. They're not really royal.
They're like washed royal, but it's still
but it's like I told him that, and also it's just, bro, I'm semi-retired on the sneakers now. Hey, look,
you said on the sneakers app?
No, on sneakers in general.
Yeah, semi-retired. You get your ass out here.
Hey, look, man.
I mean, if you say you semi-retired, then I guess that means that most of us are then, because it's like we'll sit back and just wait and not buy nothing until something comes out that is like, oh yeah, we gotta have it.
Well, I mean, what the Fly Street Dunks came out some months ago, and I had been one of them then, but I forgot. It wasn't even the fact that they just sold out everywhere and I couldn't get them. It was something else I had to buy, so I just put them to the side for a minute. But yeah, that's the only reason why I got them now, because I actually could get them. Slash, I had something to trade towards them. But honestly, I'm giving myself at least maybe like 2-3 more shoes for a year, and I'm good.
I mean, the only thing I'm looking forward to is those red and white 12s, and then those, of course, the Concord, the DMPs. I gotta get that.
Yeah.
And I mean, other than that, I mean, it ain't really a whole lot jumping off the page at me. You know, I forget. Oh, the pennies, the white and blue penny twos, the OGs are coming back in November, and I might want to get a pair of those too.
I feel that.
But other than that, I mean, it's not. It's only like what, those 3 maybe. Oh, and the Fear 3s, so 4. Okay. That's it.
So let me ask this then. At this point in time, what's your sneaker of the year?
Ooh. Of stuff that's already dropped, or for the year, or stuff we know is coming?
Both.
I mean, man, those DMPs might get it.
Okay.
Like those things look really good. So I'm like, that for me, that might take it. But I mean, there could be a number of different ones. I mean, you could go with the SB4s could be up there. What else came out crazy this year? I think the SB4 is definitely like in the top 3.
Oh yeah, no question.
So that'll be up there for sure. But those those DMP Concords, man, that might be it.
I'm definitely gonna throw Fly Street down.
Yeah, the fly Streets will probably be up there.
Yeah, SB Jordan 4. Yeah, of course it's in there.
You know, so it's
other than that, the rest of them I gotta see more. Honestly though, it's just tough, bro. Like, this sneaker of the year gonna be tough because it's been a weak year kinda.
I mean, yeah, it hasn't been a whole bunch of stuff jumping off the page.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that sneaker of the year panel this year. Because I'm like, hey, that's already gonna be a tough one to do.
I mean, well, this holiday, well, you already know
holiday
season is always they always drop all of the fire shit at the end of the year, so or last quarter. So I mean, that, like I said, those red and white 12s, the DMPs, the fire, the Fear 3s, all of those all come out at the last quarter. So I'm just kind of like, man, they always do this. It's like they release everything all in the last quarter.
Yeah.
So I'm those are those 3, and then the pennies also last quarter. So like those are the probably the 4 that I'm gonna try for, because I haven't really gotten a whole lot of nothing this year. Those are the SB4s, the the white foams, the PE foams. Trying to think. That's that might be really about it that I can remember off top. I didn't really get a whole bunch of nothing this year. Like this, like you said, it was a slow year this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, next year is gonna be fire though.
Now where?
Oh man, you got the galaxies. You know, basically the whole galaxy pack. Really, they're bringing the KD 4 galaxies back. The foams are coming back. I don't know about the Kobe's and the bronze because they already dropped the bronze. Was it like the year before last or last year or something like that? But the Kobe 7s, the KD 4s, and the foams, they might bring all 3 of them back next year. I know the KDs and the foams are coming for sure, but I don't know about the Kobe's. I mean, they might as well because they're talking about the Kobe line is about to be reinvigorated, so to speak. So
I like it. I like it.
oh no, I'm a big I'm.
Oh yeah, I
big
knew
fan.
you would be.
I'm
I know
happy.
they talked about on Sneak this previous episode about is it too late? Honestly,
It's never gonna be too
exactly.
late. Not
It's
for
like, bro,
Kobe's.
like honestly, the one thing I really wish they would do, I wish they would start coming out with like certain players' PEs, bro. Like that would be a game changer.
Oh, we were talking about that. Me and a couple of my boys were talking about that, and they were saying that they don't think that they would move. Like they don't think people would buy it, and I'm just like, are you crazy? I'm like,
I
people
totally
would buy
disagree
that.
with that.
I'm like, if you
I'll
bring out,
tell you like this: DeMar DeRozan has a couple that I really want.
yeah,
Devin Booker as well. He's got a couple that I want.
Devin got a couple. Devin,
Yeah.
DeMar, Luca before he got his own.
Oh
Jordan,
yeah,
he
that
had-
is
he
right.
had a couple.
Yeah, I forgot
Kobe's
he had
that
a
was dope.
couple. Yeah.
I mean, you could do that. I mean, hell, you go Jordan. I mean, you can bring the OG shit back. Like you, Q Rich and D Miles. Shout to the knuckleheads. They had some of the illest PEs ever. Them, Mike Bibby, Ray Allen. I mean, they bring Ray Allen's championship pack 11s out. That's a wrap. It's curtains.
Oh yeah.
11s still sell out as is, but they bring those back. Instant
Oh,
pandemonium.
Bibby had some of the coldest PEs.
Oh yeah, Bibby, yeah, Bibby, because he had a lot of low cut joints, and all of his it was fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if they bring any, Q Rich, D Miles, Bibby, Allen, they bring any of their stuff like their OPEs, they would all move
Oh yeah.
for sure.
I definitely say that's the one thing I feel Nike should be doing is it's time like every 2-3 years bring out 5 PEs. I feel like that's doable.
Yeah, I mean they could bring back more
Plus
than
also
5.
think about it like this: Nike basketball been dead for how long? It's been
Probably for like a good 6 years.
exactly.
Yeah, like-
What better way to revive it than start bringing out PEs?
It's been there a good 6, 7.
Yeah, so
So yeah, I
Hey.
mean, they trying to reinvigorate it, man. They got the foam machine working again, so they starting to
they
release.
would.
But I mean, they're bringing back good colorways now. Though.
Yeah,
so it's like
but
they're starting to.
It's
Bring
like I
back the
said,
real
man.
shit.
Foams are for DMV cats only.
I don't know, man. When I moved out here, they dropped the Olympics and the Midnight Maroons the year that I got here. They both sold out here.
Foams are for DMV cats only.
And I was shocked. I was like, they sold out here? I'm like, no one even wears foams because I was mad I couldn't get them. And I'm like, I thought it was going to be an easy cop. And they were like, nah. They were like, we sold out of them joints. And I'm like, how they do that? No one here even wears foams. So, but I'm happy they're bringing them back.
Yeah, it's good to see.
And especially not bringing back like trash colorways. They actually bringing back like good colorways. I'm assuming because they were saying they was gonna bring the eggplant back next year, but now it's like not eggplants. It's like it's purple, but it's not the original. It's like a different shade of purple, but it's just purple. And I'm like, well, that ain't bad. I'm waiting for those. Was it the Phoenix Suns? Purple ones. They look like those metallic red ones that dropped recently, but they're purple. So it's like a metallic purple with the orange hits. I was like, if they bring those back, I would get them. I did like those a lot when they came out. The red ones that just dropped, I did kind of want those, but I mean, my 2012 pair is still fresh, so I was like, I don't need it, but if I could get it, I'll get it. But of course, they sold out in my size like right away. They still sitting on sneakers now, but they ain't got nothing bigger than like a 9.5.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody will do a restock or something eventually, and they'll pop back up. That's how I was able to hit on those white ones. I got them on a restock. So I mean, I'm pretty sure the red ones will probably restock as well.
Hey, we will see. Well, moving into the poll question for the week. I don't know why this is such a big topic on Twitter. Splitting the bill at group events.
Now,
there's a lot of factors in it. That's the problem.
It is, but that the one where you had on
the video, yeah,
it was like 20 eggs, bro.
Exactly.
I'm like, how they can't split that? It's like a big ass group.
I will say to all the followers, y'all did an amazing job interacting with this one, so we appreciate that. Now here's my problem. Everybody said the exact same thing. There's like 20 of them. I'm like, look, bro.
Yeah, because it makes zero sense.
But here's the problem.
They can't split that amongst 20 people.
But here's the problem, though. Like, they all freaking out talking about, like, man, how we gonna pay this? I'm like, look, bro, you think it like that. You don't need to be there. It's clear you're broke. It's clear.
Matt, big money Matt.
It ain't even about being big. So you mean to tell me, like, all y'all don't got $40 to $50?
So somebody cue up Shane McMahon's walkout song.
Here comes the money. Here we go.
Ching, 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 ching.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Look, bro. All I'm saying is 20 people. The bill is $750. $40 to $50 each.
Right.
If you ain't got that, you don't need to be there.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Like, you need to get your priorities straight.
Because I'm like, nowadays, you go to any restaurant with like prime example, like when me and Shorty go out, like we could go somewhere like Applebee's, my nigga. We spending like $75.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's just like if you go into something like that with that big of a group, like you should be able to cover like 40, 50 bucks.
Exactly. Now, the factors that me, you, and Tim were talking about, like, you know, say the three of us go out and, you know, y'all two get like food, couple drinks. I only get a drink. I think it's all agreed upon. Hey, I'm going to pay for myself only because I only got a drink.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, but see, that's where we get into the factors about it. Now, if we all get food, 2 drinks each, and they're like, okay, we're going to all put it on one bill. I think it's pretty agreed upon. We're just going to split it evenly, right?
Yeah.
Because we all got the same exact thing.
Right. I mean, like I said, it's different. Like if you go out with your boys versus you going out to like a office function.
Exactly.
Where you don't know these people. It's like you're going to just throw your party in for you. And then you good.
Oh, yeah.
But if you go out with your boys, then it's just kind of like, all right, we all about to, get such and such and such and such. Yeah. So it's like
when we go out to brunch and all that, I think it's like, hey, like if they put it all on one, yeah, we just don't split it. But
yeah,
if they give it to us separate, yeah, pay for yourself.
Right.
Now, in that situation in the video for the poll, man, I would have took I told y'all. I'm the type, I'm gonna find the waiter, hear my card, go pay for it, take out a nice tip for yourself, and then I'm dipping. Like, you ain't gonna see me. Go be like, hang on, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Hey, just pay for mine. I had this, and this. Leave yourself a $20 tip. I'm out.
I mean, they got like me and Shorty was talking about this. Because she went out with her cousin, and it was like, I forget how many people it was like maybe 8 people or something, I forget, but they went to this like expensive restaurant, and she said that the bill was like $800.
Yeah,
and she said that it's like it was one of those places where you pay by the plate.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's like she said it's like a buffet style.
Okay.
But you pay, you know, it's kind of like man, what was that spot that we was talking about where it's like you basically you pay one fee, but it's all you can eat.
Oh, so like Korean barbecue.
Yeah, like that. But it's you know, the fee that you pay is, you know, it's like $70 a plate.
Mm-hmm.
So you pay the $70 and then you eat as much as you want. So there was, you know, everyone got their food. Then you had you know, people got drinks.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the people in the group got a $50 drink.
Oh yeah.
Everyone else got normal drinks. This person got a $50 drink. So there was that. And she said at the end when they got the bill is like 800. And she was just like, oh yeah, she was like, there was 3 dudes there. And one of the dudes was like taking pictures of the bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is how we do, you know, trying to floss. But then he was counting. She said he hit her words. He was counting his pennies, trying to figure out how to pay for it. And bitching about, well, how we gonna pay for this? Like, this is this, da 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 da.
It's like, why you flossing?
Yeah, but he's sitting here trying to floss, taking pictures of the bill, like, oh yeah, look at how expensive. This is what we do. You know, we spend big money on food. But like, man, get your ass out of here.
Oh, bro, if you fake flossing like that, nah, fam, I don't need to be around you, dog.
I luckily I don't know the dude.
It's like, you know, and you weren't there, I assume.
No,
that's probably good because I didn't want to have to come bail you out.
Man, look, it would bail me out. I would have been in there cracking jokes. Like, what? Hey, man, I'm like, why you taking pictures of the bill, nigga? You fitting to pay for it? All of it? You balling like that? That's what we doing? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, cut that damn video, nigga. You ain't balling like that, like.
Alright, fam. Like, all I'm saying is, like, look, if you were going out with people, you need to set an expectation.
Right, but we broke it down. So it's like, if you was to split that 800, it was going to be 40 a head.
Exactly.
So I'm like, how you can't pay 40?
That's what I was saying.
That's not even as much as your damn dinner plate, and you can't pay that.
Exactly.
It's like, why did you even go there?
Exactly. Like, you don't need to be there, bro. That, like, I don't get it. I really don't.
Bugging.
And I don't know, people, man. That's all I gotta say. Like, people at this point.
Bugging, man.
Yeah. Any other takeaways
from that? I mean, I just look at it like this: if you going out to eat with a group of people, if you ain't balling like that, go eat where you can fucking afford to eat.
Yes.
Like, don't be going to no crazy ass restaurants like
Steak 44,
like Steak 44 or
Fogo de Chao.
Yeah, Fogo de Chao, Ruth Chris, any of that type of shit. Don't go there if you can't afford it.
Exactly. You're gonna be looking real stupid when you can't pay for that bill.
Right. They bring you you go out with, say, I mean, hell, if you go out with you and Shorty, you know what I'm saying? Say you meet a chick, you trying to, you know, floss, try to impress her a little bit. So you take her to this expensive ass place and they bring you a bill back for 2 people that's like $250. You was expecting to spend like 80 max.
They're gonna be looking at you like, you gonna pay this?
Like, don't expect her to go stag with you and split the bill, because that ain't fitting to happen.
Yeah.
You take her out on a
It's
date.
a rare occurrence. It's a rare occurrence that will happen. It's a very rare occurrence.
The only time it will probably occur is if it was her idea, like she asked you to go out to eat. If you asking her to go out and you trying to take her out, your ass is paying for that. So eat where you can afford.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, hey, look, you don't catch me at Steak 44 or any of that. No, that is well beyond my means.
I mean, I could understand. I mean, I could probably do it like
once out of the blue moon.
You know, yeah, you know, go out. I mean, honestly, I could afford to do it like on a regular basis, but why? That's just kind of irresponsible.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be taking her out to eat at a place where we gonna be dropping like $2 something for just the 2 of us to eat.
Hey, look, to all the young heads, nicest place you need to be going, if you ain't willing to spend like over $150 for dinner, Actually, you know what? Let's say 200. Cheesecake Factory.
Shit, we've been to Cheesecake Factory a few times. Like she likes Cheesecake Factory. I'm like, it's cool, but it's not.
alright.
It's not. It ain't.
I'll just say for the young heads that don't gotta like Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory is good if you like pasta, but it's like if you like anything else, it's
Like
kind of
that.
hit or miss.
Like you ain't a pasta dude?
No, I do. I like it, but
okay,
it's not.
okay.
I don't want to eat it every time I go out.
I feel
You know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but
Yeah.
that's-
Bottom line. Bottom line.
take them to Korean barbecue, bro.
Exactly.
Korean barbecue is what, 28 to 30 bucks a head, and
Yep.
you can eat as much as you want, and
Yep.
the food is good.
Exactly.
That's where you go.
Amen.
I took her to Korean barbecue on her birthday, and she loved it. That's the first time she'd ever been.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like I think it was like what, like $100
Yeah.
for everything. Like
Exactly, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Too. Like,
because we got the food, and then we got drinks, and then
Mhm.
so it was cool.
Amen. Yeah. So I know you've been kind of hurting with this possibly new car searching.
Oh man, it's like I'm kind of stuck on a few things, and I'm just kind of like, well, what would be my options?
Oh, I understand, bro.
You know?
Like, bro, I kid you not. Like, it's killing me at the fact like the world is just in shambles so much right now that say I wanted to go get that new Civic Type R, the cheapest payment I could get it down to was $700 just for the car note. I'm like, I'm not paying that. I'm sorry. I'm just not gonna pay that.
Well, I mean, my homeboy Lyndon, shout out to my dog, man.
Yeah, shout out to him.
He got a ZL1 Camaro,
Oh.
and his payment is like $700 a month. And he paid like I think he paid 50. He paid like 50 grand for the car when he got it, and I mean, yeah. So Lyndon laugh at you niggas with a $700 car payment. That ain't shit to him. He big ballin'.
Hey, look, that's fine, dog.
Nah, I'm just messing.
Hey, that's him, dog.
I said that I said that to him. We was talking in the group chat earlier, and I was like, "Oh, Lyndon laughed at $700 car notes," and that nigga was like, "Laugh." He was like, "I cry every month." I was just like, "Damn!" Like it's like that. But he loves the car though, so I mean, to him it's
feel
worth
that,
it.
but it's like, bro, like I just can't justify that. Like literally, ever since I went to that Sevens Day meet, I've been looking at RX-7s, and I might be going to Japan in January, so I might have a chance to go to the eyes. You best believe I'm gonna be looking, just trying to price out.
Speaking of going to Japan, the homie Daryl was out with us when we kicked it last week. He knows Levi.
Oh, word?
Yeah, he actually was over because he was in Japan like recently,
Oh,
and
okay.
he bought a S2000.
Oh, okay.
And Levi actually has it. Was the one who imported it for him.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I will say, Levi, man, he knows a lot of people in the scene, man.
Yeah, I thought about hitting him up and asking him to keep an eye out on an Evo.
Oh, you
for
will.
me.
Yeah, you will.
Because I found one here for sale, but they want like 30, 36, 38,
yeah.
something.
Well, it's like,
I'm
even
like,
I'll be
it's a
telling
little
people,
high.
like, we were talking about it, and I was saying, like, bro, that COVID money I was getting, I should have just went on ahead, did a nice down payment on the Night Purple R34, and then just sold it. Like,
yeah, if you got an R34 in like 2020, 2021, 2019,
oh yeah, you're good.
You straight.
Yeah.
That shit's gone like almost doubled in price since then. And I'm like, that is nuts. Like that R33 that you sent me, that white jank, I was like, that's clean, but it ain't $100,000 clean. I'm just like, that's R34 money.
Well, I mean, problem is though, it's an S1 spec. That's why.
I was like,
Like,
hey.
it still is crazy, but it's like, knowing that, it's like, I understand.
If you give me a 33 LM edition, then we can talk about 100 G's. But I'm just like,
That's just the market, man. Like it
R33s was like 50, like 2 months ago.
Oh, I
was
know.
like 50.
But we're talking about an S1.
True.
Yeah, that's why I say that it's just the market.
I mean, it's
because I remember when I was first trying to like really get into importing and all that, just having to sit there and look at numbers and all that. It was tough to explain to certain people, like, this is why this costs this much, etc., etc., etc. Because, for example, when I was trying to sell the 300Z, like, cats were, like, trying to argue with me, like, oh, how are you going to list it for, like, 13K when I could just buy one here for, like, 9? I'm like, mine's right-hand drive. 2, half of y'all's are on jack stands right now. Let's just keep it a buck there. It's like, yours isn't even twin turbo. I'm like, bro, if you actually knew anything about the car, you know the NA version is actually more reliable because those stock turbos are terrible.
Yeah, the turbos aren't the greatest, but I mean that's easy to change out.
Exactly, but on top of that, we all know how hard those cars are to work on just because that engine bay is so compact.
You gotta pretty much pull the motor to do anything on them shits.
Yeah, but I mean, it really just depends what you're looking for when it comes to the import world, because heck, it's actually cheaper to get an S2K overseas.
Nah.
To some degree.
Nah. Homie paid 30 grand for that S2K.
What's the condition?
30.
What's the condition?
I mean, it looks good. It's clean.
That's why.
I mean, you can get a clean one here for less than 30. Yeah, you can. You can get like a spotless one for like 25. So I'm just kind of like, I mean, it ain't right-hand drive, but it's clean.
That's fair.
I mean,
I mean, really, at that point. Alright, better yet, I'd say a couple years ago you could have.
Was it?
Gotten a cheaper one overseas.
I mean, you still can.
Now that they're about to become eligible, that's why. Like, the trick is, you need to buy it. You gotta
buy it before it.
I'd probably say, like, minimum 2 years prior.
Either that or just buy it in Canada. Because Canada's law is only 15, so it's like you could buy one in Canada and then just, now that I know Levi, I'm just kind of like, shit, I might just try to find me something in Canada and just, he got the storage joint in Canada. I might just have him go to, have him get it from Canada. And let's find one in Canada and just have him store it for me until it's ready.
Yeah.
Okay. But the loophole with that is that if you buy one in Canada that's already titled and registered, you can bring it here and title and register it as long as it has paperwork in Canada, you can register the car here. So if you find something in Canada that's already plated and ready and they decide to sell it, then you can go ahead and jump on that and just bring it on over.
Yeah, so best believe I'm about to be looking at some RX-7s.
Yeah, I mean, if he go, look out for him at Evo 6 for me. Need that. Yeah. It ain't got to be a TME, but if you find one, I would, TME. But if this is the regular GSR, I'm cool with that. Like, a GSR works.
Yeah. For sure. Well, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. It's going to be a short one day. I apologize. There's no video this week. I was an idiot and forgot the camera stand. I'm sorry.
What the hell did you do with it?
Oh, it's at the house. I just forgot I took it back. I should have handed it to you to bring back here.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think about it. Yeah, but it is what it is. But till next time, y'all take it easy. Stay safe out here. For all the AZ homies, stay in the house.
Stay in the house. Stay in the house. I was about to be like, stay hydrated, but nah, fuck that. Stay in the house.
Yep. Take it easy.